Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, CFL Eastern and Western Conference Finals. Next week is the Grey Cup. Alright, this week in the East, we have the 9-9 Montreal Alouettes versus 11-7 Toronto Argonauts. In the West, we have the BC Lions, who are 12-6, versus the 15-3 Winnipeg Blue Bombers, who, in my opinion, is the best team in the CFL in 2022. All right, the Alouettes and the Argonauts. Alouettes have scored 26.4 points a game while giving up 25.8. The Argonauts, 24.6, giving up 23.6. Overall number of plays this season, Toronto has 70.3 plays, averaging 346.8 yards per game, while the Alouettes, 66.2 plays a game, averaging 33.5. First downs are pretty close. Alouettes 358, Argonauts 354. Second downs, completed second downs, Montreal 167, while Toronto 192. Third down percentage, the Montreal is 36 for 45. Why Toronto's only 23 out of 45. Ugh, that would be the one downfall of the Argonauts this year. Passing wise, completion percentage 70.1 for the Alouettes, 66.2 for the Argonauts. Trevor Harris, McLeod, Bethel Thompson, two of the better QBs in the league. Rushing wise, Alouettes 1,600 yards, 1,678 yards on the ground, 17 touchdowns. Both teams are averaging pretty close to the same per carry. Alouettes 4.9, Argonauts 4.8. Field goal percentage. This is a big number here. Montreal is 44 for 51, which is 86.3%. The Argonauts are only 78.2%. They do have a long of 56. Their three games they played against each other so far in 2022. Week 2, Toronto won 20-19. Week 20, Toronto won 24-23, and then week 21, Montreal won 38-33. So only having that 78% special teams and field goals, that can matter at the end of these games. Toronto right now is favored by 3.5. Because of what they've done head-to-head, and Toronto has a little better defense, I'm picking Toronto to win. I got Montreal to cover the 3.5 because those games have been so damn close this year, and I'm taking over on the 48. Over in the West, the 12-6 BC Lions versus the 15-3 Winnipeg Blue Bombers, the two best teams in the league this year. The Lions scoring 29.1 a game, Bombers 29.8. Defense is pretty close. Lions averaging 22.5 given up, while the Bombers 20.5. Into the division, BC is 8-4. Blue Bombers are 10-1. Lions is just doing about 70.8 plays a game for 386 yards. Bombers are a little down from that, 68.4 for 371 yards. The biggest difference in that is passing-wise. BC is throwing more, 5,400 yards a game, or 5,400 yards total on the season, with the Bombers 4,800 yards. But they're rushing. They're both averaging over 5 yards a carry, but 347 carries to 406 for the Blue Bombers. 14 touchdowns rushing, while BC's got 23. Special teams, field goal percentage 92.3 for BC, with a long of 50, 82.1 for the Winnipeg for a long of 55. Week 5, Winnipeg won in BC, 43-22. Week 19, BC won at home, 40-32. Week 21, Winnipeg won in Winnipeg, 24-9. This game is in Winnipeg. So the line is Winnipeg -4 with an over-under of 49.5. If you look at passing, even though BC's 5,400 yards for the season, 71.6 average completion ratio. Bombers 69% completion ratio. Taking every one of these numbers into consideration, honestly, like I said before, I think Winnipeg is the best team. I'm picking Winnipeg to win, to cover the 4. I'm going under on the 40.5 because of that Week 21 game. I don't know if they're going to put 40 on the board here again. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but I'm going to go under on that one. So I got Winnipeg winning, covering the 4, under on the 49.5. I got Toronto winning, Montreal covering the 3.5, and over on the 48. So stay tuned to Robert Sports Show for next week for the Grey Cup preview as well. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Until just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.